Okay, good evening. I cannot believe you're drinking that keto. I just can't. Does that make me old that I think you're crazy for drinking
No, it's
coffee?
fine. I'm sure I'm crazy. I'm sure there's
No.
not many.
Okay, well, y'all, I am so excited. I don't think many, I don't know that you've ever talked to my team, honestly. I'm super excited. I mean, I feel like they should know you because I know you, but I don't know that, I mean, I'm sure some of them have heard you, but I don't know that we've ever Zoomed together. Um, so I'm really excited. I want you to start by sharing your story because I love how successful you are and how old you are, like
Yeah.
how young you are. Sorry, not old.
Thank you. Yes. Even though I feel, y'all, I just turned 26 in June, but I had a meltdown. I was like, I'm closer to 30 than I am. I can't really say my 20s anymore. Like I'm getting closer to 30. I like freaked out, but, yeah. So I joined this business 3.5 years ago, y'all, and, college student. I was working as a plasma technician. And I actually got that job because I was donating plasma all the time. And it was such a God thing. They offered me a job and they're like, do you want to work here? And I'm like, heck yeah, I don't have a job. I just moved to this new town. I'm literally donating plasma to pay for my bills right now. And so they just offered me this job. And it was so crazy because I thought that job was going to change everything for me. I was like, big girl job, making like 13 an hour. Like as a college kid, that was amazing. And so I was so pumped because y'all, I moved to Denton on a credit card. If I mean, y'all don't know what Denton is. It's a college town in Texas. But I moved to Denton basically be like, okay, great. I have a $4,000 limit on this credit card and this is what's going to keep me alive until I find a job. Worst decision I ever made. And so I joined this business really for the sake of like, I was just living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Actually, no, I didn't have enough money in each paycheck to pay my bills. And I remember my mom texting me almost probably 2 to 3 times a month being like, Jordy, I just got a notification. Your account's below $20. Are you okay? Do you need something? And I always be like, no, mom, I'm okay. I'm okay. I didn't have groceries. And she'd still send me money. Okay. And all my mamas out there, you guys know that you would do anything for your kids. Like that's my mom. She literally she just kept saving me. And at one point I was just so fed up. I was like, I'm 20, what was I? 22 years old at the time. And I can't even put gas in my car. Like she'd ask me to come visit her. It's a 45-minute drive, y'all. She'd ask me to come visit. And I'd be like, I can't, like, I literally can't. And it just like was so upsetting. And so I joined this business. I'll be real. My expectations were $50. I did not think that I would, I don't know. I didn't really know how to dream, if I'm being honest. I don't talk a lot about this part of my story, but I lost my dad to cancer. And I just, I don't know, going through that, I just watched both my parents work. Like my dad worked like dying. And I know that's so morbid, but y'all, like I grew up thinking that I had to work my whole life. And I didn't think that I could have something like this. And so when I joined this, it was so minimal. It was so small. It was like $50. That's all I wanted. I wanted to be able to put gas in my car, and being surrounded by so many people that are like making all this money and paying off all this debt and coming home to their kids. And I was just like, it was just new territory for me. I was so overwhelmed and just excited. And so I wish I could say I promoted really, really fast. I didn't. I actually was one of those people that joined and actually saw great success and was so worried about what everyone thought about me. I saw a few posts, freaked out. Let me know if you've ever had those moments where you saw people talking bad about you and you're like crying. Make me feel like I'm not alone, because that was me. I was so upset at what people were saying. And so I kind of like stepped back a little bit because I thought I was annoying people. And something came over me and I was like, you know what? These people aren't checking up on me. These people could care less about what I'm doing. They just want to run their mouths and to make themselves feel better, because it's not improving anybody, that is for sure. And so I decided to put those aside and run with this. And so I went Ruby in 9 months. And y'all, I remember going Ruby. It was like the best night ever. It was December 31st. If you think you cannot promote in the winter months, tune in right now. You can. I promoted on December 31st. I missed New Year's Eve. I missed the midnight mark because I refused to leave my house until I knew those orders were in. I still went to the party and everything, but I was late. But I didn't even care because I went Ruby and I was so pumped. Y'all, I went double 4 months later. Okay, so if you're in a season of just it's being real slow and you're kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I haven't promoted in a while. Like I went Ruby to double in 4 months. My whole life changed. I went from making $300 to $6,000, 4 months. It was insane. $40,000 bonus was on the line for me, and I couldn't even believe it. And so 10 months after double, I went triple, and now I'm running towards Prez. And in that time frame, y'all, I mean, yeah, it's been 3.5 years, but it has gone by so stinking fast. I don't even know where the time has gone because I've had so much fun. I've done so much living. I've traveled. I just took my 10th trip this year. It's just insane. I've just had such a blast, and I have my dream apartment. I've paid off credit card debt. I don't know. I just feel like I've been truly able to live life. So yeah, that's kind of my story. Nothing too crazy, but just living a blessed life right now.
Nothing too crazy, just making 5-figure
I know
paychecks
that's
at
I guess
25.
I should be careful how I word that. It's definitely crazy, but
No, it is. I'm just giving you a hard time. Okay, so we have some new, like, our team has got a ton of newbies on it, and a lot of them are, I mean, I would say we have like half our team now is like probably closer to your age, which makes me feel old because I'm not, but that's
you're
fine.
not old.
But I think for me, it would be really hard for me to have wrapped my brain around like the opportunity at that age or the money. So how did you realize like, okay, I have my hands on something that's like insane, and I could either like hang out and go out every night and not put any effort towards this, or like I can really lock it in and change my life.
And honestly, that's kind of how the very beginning of my business started. Please stop. Y'all, my dog is like a 2-year-old. Like anytime I'm busy, he has to like growl and bark at me, and it's so annoying. But whenever I first joined the business, I didn't see the opportunity. I was like, okay, great. This will make me an extra $50. I'm going to post this when I want. I'm not going to be, I was in it because I was good at it. I will just be real. Like I knew someone's like, go make this post. I went and made the post. Like I was a good listener, if that makes sense. I didn't feel like I was my own boss yet. I felt like I was just listening to what my upline was telling me to do. Okay. And so in that time frame, I really didn't know what the opportunity was. And I think with the shift, how that shift happened for me was really digging in on Zooms. Like if you're not which obviously all of you guys are on this Zoom, but if you're not getting on these regularly and hearing from people, that's what changed my mindset. I was hearing all these people talk about this business changing their life. And I'm like, what the crap am I doing? I'm over here like excited about $50. And I just heard from a triple diamond who made $12,000 a month. I was like, it was like so eye-opening for me to be like, you are so small-minded. And I've never had that aha moment for me because I've never been one to dream of money. I'm just going to be real. I didn't really grow up with money. I mean, my mom always took care of me, but it wasn't like you can have anything you want in the world. It was like, go to college, you're going to be a teacher. I was told I was going to be a teacher for my whole life since I was 5 years old. I really don't feel like anyone's ever asked me what I wanted to do. I just got thrown into this education field. I'm great with kids. It's actually how me and Stormy met. Was I worked at her daughter's daycare, and it's just insane, And so I didn't have that opportunity. No one actually said, what do you want? And when someone asked me what I want, why would you not chase after that? When someone's actually invested in what you want, like that's the beauty of this business. And so I made a decision. And I was like, I don't care how young I am. I don't care how qualified I am. Because I didn't graduate college. I actually dropped out. I didn't have sales experience. I like to say that I know how to work Instagram and Facebook now, but that came with a lot of practice. I didn't have that when I started. Like we all started from scratch. And so I feel like I just kind of came to a point where I was like, I got to let go of everything that might be holding me back and ask myself, what do I need to put out in front of me to make sure that this happens for me? And that meant I had to party less. And that meant that I had to start learning how to work Instagram. I had to start asking myself, how do I become more qualified? And I think sometimes we just cop ourselves out because we're like, I don't have that experience. I'll never get there. I'm not going to be her or him. And we're just like, it's just too hard. But for me personally, I was like, if they can do it, why can't I? Like, why can't I do this? And so that's what I did, and I just went after it. And I just kind of told myself I didn't have any other choice, and it was like one little baby decision after the other. And I think that was like my biggest thing. Ryder, stop, bro. He's barking at nothing, y'all. It drives me crazy. It's because I'm talking to y'all and he thinks someone else is in the house. I think that was the thing for me, is I made one little decision after the other. It wasn't like, want to make $50, going to be a triple diamond. Y'all know. It was like, I want to enroll 3 DTs. Okay, great. I did it. Okay, now I want to be a Ruby. Okay, I did it. Okay, cool. Like Ruby was fun. I could totally do Emerald. I just need 2 Rubies. Okay, cool. Who are my 2 Rubies? I'm going to help them. Like, I broke it down into there we go, goals. And then all of a sudden I'm like going triple, and I'm like, how does this happen? But you just build that confidence, and you just put one goal in front of you and go achieve it. Don't get overwhelmed with all these things that you want to get done, because it's too big of a project. You got to go one step at a time. So that was like a lot of information, but yeah.
No, it was perfect. I mean, that was exactly what we teach, right? Like, it's what they eat the elephant one bite at a time, or whatever that whole thing is. Always think, why would you want to eat an elephant? But yeah, when I met you, you were an Emerald and you were working at daycare, and you had like 2 other jobs.
Yes. I actually forget to tell that part of my story. I actually came home and I picked up a daycare job. I worked at that daycare before I went to college. And when I moved home, I just wanted some more money. And so I actually picked up that job again. And I worked there 6 to 9, went to college, y'all, at 3 different campuses in one day. Who did I think I was? I don't know. But I would literally drive to one campus, go to one class, go back to Denton, go to another class. Sometimes I would go to work at the plasma place, or I would come back home and go to TCC here locally. And I would literally get up at 5:30 and not get home till 9:30 or 10 at night, sometimes 11. And like, I went Emerald and Diamond that way, like with that kind of crazy schedule. I don't know. But yeah, that was my life then. I almost forget about it.
And it happened fast. It did. I mean, I didn't really ever put a time frame to it, but I know that, yeah, you were definitely Emerald. And then it was like, boom, we were at a training together and we were both double diamond.
Yeah.
Okay. So recently, I know, just because we talk, you've had, nobody's road is easy. Like, there's always ups and downs. Everybody's ups and downs might look different. Like, your life might look different than somebody else's, but I know you've had some bumps in the road, and you haven't let it derail you. You actually have like one of the best attitudes and like most positive outlooks I've ever seen, or, from somebody I've talked to, especially for your age. So can you just like share just a few of those things, pick up?
Yeah. So, I mean, I just want to be super real with you guys. Like, I had a really hard, like, we all have life happen. It doesn't matter whether you're in this business or not. Like, to wish that you have no drama, no hurt feelings, no tragedy happen in your life, like, it's inevitable. Okay. And so I had to deal with that before this business. And it actually taught me why having more time was important to me. Sometimes that happens in your business, and that doesn't change the fact whether this business should be a priority or not. And so I want to start off with that. But beginning of my business, y'all, everything was just unicorn and rainbows. I mean, I had to work hard. Don't get me wrong. I went diamond my first year, so it didn't happen fast. But the only really bumps in the road I had was with myself. It was overcoming my limiting beliefs, becoming a better leader. I had I still do. I have amazing people on my team that have been with me since day one. And that's not normal. Okay. And so I just want you to know, if you have no one on your team from day one, don't think that this isn't for you, because I'm a rare case that I still have my first DT. I still have some of my first 4 or 5 DTs that were on my team in the very beginning, on my Ruby and Emerald chart. It's amazing. And I'm so thankful for that. But unfortunately, throughout your business, more things happen. The longer you're in this business, the more things that are going to happen. And I recently lost a whole leg to another company. And it wasn't just like, hey, peace out, I like this opportunity better. It was nasty. And I don't even really like to talk about it because that's like something that I like completely put behind me because it wasn't helping me grow. But I want to give you guys a little bit of, I guess, how I felt in that moment, because like I lost best friends. My faith was tested in a group chat, like calling me not a Christian, y'all. Like it was like hard stuff. It wasn't like, it's okay, I hope I wish you the best and move on. It was like deep stuff that I felt like I was being tested as a leader. I was being tested my own character on Facebook. It was like for everyone to see. Like it was hard. It's still going on today, and it's been a few months. And like I just want you guys to know that I still had, like, don't get me wrong, I cried my butt off. I got all my leaders together. I cried my butt off with them. Like I had this huge mountain sitting in front of me, and I lost a lot of my team. And I was saddened by losing my team. And if you've ever lost team members in your business, we're saddened because we do love those people. We invest a lot of our heart and time in them. And when you lose them, you first thing you do is think, what did I do wrong? Right? Like that was me. I'm very yellow. And so I really had a choice. I don't know. I got so sick. I was like, I cannot waste another ounce of my energy on this problem. And this goes with anything, y'all. So if it's your other job, stress related, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, maybe it's, your kids, like whatever you feel like is causing this massive just thorn in your side, you have to say, like, aren't you tired of stressing about it? Aren't you tired of spending all this energy draining yourself on it? And like, I had to get back to work. I don't know. That was something that just kept dropping in my head, was like, you can't waste another day, wasting your time on this. Like, get back to work. Just get back to work. Just get back to work. Just get back to work. And so what I did is, I'm going to be real. I kind of faked it till I made it. And I know some people are like, oh, I hate when like they say that, but truly, y'all, whatever you say and whatever you think is what is going to take over. So if I at least practiced positive speaking and I practiced positive thoughts, then I knew I was going to overcome this hard time in my business, and I knew I was going to get through it. And my business and my team, best it has ever been in all of my 3 years of this business. Even when I went triple, my team is better than when I went triple. Like, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's up to you if you're going to get through the entire tunnel or just turn around and go, like, walk back out. And so for me, I just had to make that choice, like, get back to work. Go do the things you know what to do. Go do the things that you're passionate about. And I got through it, and like I said, I still have hard times. I still have those, moments where I'm like, oh, this sucks, but at the same time, I'm like, look how far you've come. And it changed me as a person. It has like completely changed my confidence. I love the whole valleys and mountains that we've been really talking about. Like, Mark has been very adamant on talking about this. One thing I love about our business is that he doesn't teach us how to make money. He teaches us how to be better people and get through life. And I've been in other network marketing companies, and like, I would never leave for that aspect, because he's changing me as a person, and you just can't find that anywhere else. And so if you're in a valley, you should be so excited. Like, you should be so freaking excited, because you're about to see what that next mountain is. And I just listened to a Zoom from Cheyenne Knox, and she talks about like a slingshot. The further you're pulled back, the hit after hit after hit, you're getting pulled back further and further, because you're about to get launched further than you were before. So just keep that in mind when you're getting hit after again. Maybe it's like, now my kid is sick. Oh, now I got a flat tire. Cool. Now I lost my job. That'd be a really bad day. But like, just those things that happen in life that stop you from working, you got to get back to work, because you're about to get launched to the next phase. But you can't give up. So I talk a lot. You're going to just have to like tell me shut up.
No, I love that. I love it. You're right, because there's nothing that's never, your life's not going to go perfect all the time. Like, right? In a perfect world, it's not going to. But my thinking always is like, if this is your full-time job where they were telling you where to show up, would you not show up because X, Y, and Z? Like, no, nobody, people would be like, you're crazy. Get your butt to work. You don't get paid. It's the same concept, but yet for some reason we allow life sometimes to be our reason we don't work this, you know? So I liked it. Okay, so we kind of talked about two other things. And one of them is I think you're great on social media, you know. And then the other thing is that I was like, so you're a pretty high enroller, right? And she was like, I mean, I don't know, you know, like 5 to 10 DTs a month, 10 to 15 loyals. I'm like, that's pretty good. Like,
Okay.
my team's like, oh yeah, like, would you guys want to be 5 to 10, 10 to 15? Would y'all be okay with those numbers? So I don't care which one. I just want you to give us like maybe some of your like what's working right now for enrolling, what's working for social media, just like some of your top tips, I guess.
So first thing I just want to say with social media, if I can give you the biggest tip, try not to compare yourself to every leader that you watch. I'll be real, I was so bad about this. And I think it actually caused me to be very unauthentic in my own posting, in my own like pictures I was posting. And the best thing that I did was really step back and ask myself, what do I like to talk about? And so for me personally, if you're like, okay, I want to go hardcore with social media. I actually just did a live video with my team and it was about posting and like how to really brand yourself basically. Like you need to ask yourself, what was I talking about and what did I love before this business? Because really y'all, like you've already branded yourself before you like even join this. People relate. They say like for me, I probably was remembered as the cheerleader. I could have been remembered at like, I don't know. This is hard now that I've branded myself with It Works. But I mean, there's things that people brand you with before you even join this business. Oh, the girl who's terrified of birds. Everyone knew that about me. The girl who literally laughs at her own jokes. That's me. Like, doesn't have to be funny. I'm up here laughing at myself. So like, there's things that you've done your whole life that people are like, oh my God, that is so Stormy. Oh my gosh, that's so Jamie. Like they've already done that. And so people already know you before this business. So go back to the roots. Ask yourself, who was I before this? Don't let go of that. Now, adding this business into your social media, you just got to ask yourself, what do I want to give to people? Do you want to just be a robot talking about making money from home? No. Do you want to give people a platform where they come to your profile and they're inspired? They feel better about themselves. They feel like they can go conquer their day. That like you really want to create a platform where it doesn't matter if they're joining you or not. They just want to be with you. And that is the best advice I can give you of why social media has worked for me and why I sign a lot of DTs is that people don't necessarily want to join It Works. They want to join me. They want to be around me. They want to be friends with me. They want to be inspired by me. I could be selling catalogs on the side of the road, but they'd be standing next to me because we're having a good time, dancing the Lizzo and like loving life together. So you have to ask yourself, am I making this look fun for people? Because if all you're doing, look, y'all, I am so against templates right now because there's not that I don't do them sometimes, but like if you're posting 5 to 8 templates a day, I'm going to be real, you're wasting your Insta story space. That's my own personal opinion. Your Instagram story should be a diary of your day, and a diary of your day is not 8 freaking Insta story templates that you screenshotted from probably another leader. Let's be real. So you need to ask yourself, like, if you're going to do an Instagram story template, by all means, promote and do those things. Promote the product. But you need to have double the amount of personal content for each one of those. If I'm going to do a business opportunity, I'm talking about it. I'm actually videoing myself. If we want to get into like nitty gritty tips, less than 3 to 5 slides. Don't go more than that. They won't listen. And put keywords on your slide. So if I'm talking about my business story, I would say broke college kid to retired at 24. Like that would be just a key little word on that slide. That way they're like, wait, what? And they want to listen. And then the next slide would be 400 to 6K in 4 months. And I'd be talking about it. like I'm actually videoing myself. I'm just kind of taking snippets of the video and putting it as the words. It could be, and I'm just going to do this for someone who's like brand new and they're like, well, that's great. I haven't made that yet. So how am I supposed to do that? I used to talk about quitting my job, and I would say stuff like stay tuned, quitting my job soon. Like, y'all are going to die when you hear what I'm about to do. Like, just kind of creating that fun. Y'all, it took me a whole 12 months, but everyone kept waiting for me to quit my job, and I did. And so when you're talking about this business on social media and like you're trying to enroll DTs, stay away from like the templates all the time and really dig deep in who you are and why someone should join you. And I've been sending tons of voice memos through Instagram, and I'm a big Instagram person. Crazy enough, I signed almost all my customers, 70% of customers from Facebook, and I'll go into that in a second of how I'm doing that. But majority of my sales and my audience is on Instagram. And so I'm not afraid to send someone a voice memo. I send voice memos all day long. I'm like, hey girl, I just came across your profile. You are just have a great presence on Instagram. And obviously everyone's becoming brand ambassadors these days. So I just wanted to reach out and say, or ask you if you thought about being a brand rep and making a side income from your Instagram, because your profile is amazing. Let me know. And I mean, I'm not a robot. Like, I'm just straight up. If I find something that I've really connected with, I'll say it. I'm not going to, I don't know. I don't like going to someone's profile and having to like pick something and be like, oh my God, I loved your dress in your second photo. And it was like, did I, or did I, I don't know. I just don't like that. But I had a girl who literally, our dogs are identical, and I freaked out. I was like, she has to be on my team because our dogs are twins. They are literally doppelgangers. And I said, girl, this is so crazy. I came across your profile and I'm just obsessed with your dog because it literally looks like mine. And what I was actually going to offer you is to be a brand rep with me, but like, I'm super obsessed with your dog. And we just got to talking. Like, we're just normal people. Take away that fear of talking to people and make friends. So that's my tips with DTs. Be yourself. Don't just do templates all day long. Make your posts authentic. Be yourself. A lot of my posts, y'all, are talking about feelings, if you're taking notes. Make your post about a feeling, not an action. So it doesn't have to be like, come join me, to make an extra $500 a month. Like, those posts are just kind of going away now because people just aren't into it. Like, you got to dig deep and say, have you ever walked through the grocery store line and realized that you had too much of something and had to put something back in front of everybody? Or have you ever swiped your card and it said decline and you had to act as if you were shocked by it? Who's done that? I've done that. Where you're like, that's weird, I just used it. And you're like, frick, it's overdrafted. You know what I mean? Like, the people relate. Yeah, y'all are laughing. Y'all know. Like, that stuff is real. People go through that. That's what you want to tap into when you're looking for people who need this business. This isn't about you. It's about them and helping them. So start tapping into things that people need. Customers. I am a cold messaging queen and I'm proud. I am not going to sit here and say cold messaging is bad, because 90% of my team, my customers, my happy customers, is because I message them first. And I know we hear it all the time, how unauthentic that is and how people are going to say stuff all the time. But we've grown up in a world where people sell stuff. You go to a car dealership, people are chasing you down, trying to get your info. And, if you want a successful business, you have to be loud about what you're selling and be confident in it. And I am not scared to ask someone if I can give them info. I'm not sending my link. I think that's so annoying when someone sends me a novel and they're like, check out my link today. Let me know what interests you. And I'm like, no. Like, I don't have to compliment them. I don't have to be like super, oh my God, you're so cute and genuine looking. Like, I don't even do that. I'm just straight to the point. So I say, hey, I know this is random. I have a question. They're like, sure, what's up? And I say, I'll just read it straight to y'all. I do no emojis. I say, I have it on a text replacement. Not sure if you see any of my posts or my stories, but I'm looking for a few more people to hit my goal on sending in their testimonials on one or more of my all natural products. You'd get a huge discount for doing so. Would it be cool if I just sent you some more info? And so that's what I say. And I don't send that out because I don't want anyone copying and pasting that, because I actually wrote that out myself. But y'all, it's so basic. Don't know if you've seen my stuff. And that takes away that weird when they're like, do I know you? That I still hear it all the time. I'm like, no, but I follow you. You know, and so I always say, I don't know if you've seen my stuff, but I'm just interested if you want more info. If they say, sure, this is what's changed, and I actually haven't shared this with a bunch of teams. I've shared this with one other team that asked me to do a Zoom. When they say, sure, my next message is a voice message. It has changed the game for me. I used to send this message that said like, okay, great. Let's see if any of these interest you. I have Skinny Coffee, HSN, Cleanse, and I would type it all out. Which of these interest you? I also have a work from home spot available if it interests you. You know, I used to send that and I got ghosted every time. So for me, I was like, something's got to give. Like, I got to let these people see that I'm not a robot and like I am truly interested in their goals. So I just send, okay, awesome. Thanks so much for wanting to help me out. Right now, I'm looking for anyone that wants to grow out their hair. Like, this is a little tip. I do not start off with weight loss because people already assume that we're weight loss. And I don't know why. There's like an epidemic where they're like, supplements are bad. And I'm like, this is crazy. People take supplements every day. People take pre-workout and protein and all the things. But I always start off with something not weight loss. That way they don't just like tune me out. But I say I'm looking for anyone that is looking to grow out their hair, have more energy, less stress. So that is everyone you message. So you should already have a customer. Use an all natural skincare, or if you're looking to lose weight or tone up over the holiday season. Out of those, which ones interest you? I'll also just want you to know it's okay if it doesn't interest you, but if you'd like to make an extra income over the holiday, I can also give you info on that. I've had almost every single person say absolutely yes to the energy and less stress and the business opportunity. So that is working for me. Like I said, I cold message every day. I message all day long until Instagram tells me I'm not allowed to anymore. I'm not afraid to cold message because I have a product. I know people will love this product. I love this product, and I feel the need to share it with every single person that follows me and that I follow. If Mark told me to go walk up to 10 people on the street, I probably would. I'd take my coffee with me and do it because I love this product. I'm passionate about it. I have no doubt in the world that it doesn't work like it does. So you should have no doubts, like at all. So I do message people I follow. I know everyone does it differently, but I don't like being personally messaged when they can't even see my profile. And I get the whole like, you look so cute. And I'm like, you don't know what I look like. You know, it's just, I feel like that is ingenuine. So I always make sure who I'm messaging is someone I'm following. And I always go like their last 3 pictures before I send out any message every time. It just helps, I feel like. So I message people that I follow. Facebook. So I do not add to my network on Facebook. Hopefully this makes sense. I wish I was more organized with Facebook, but I'm not. I don't really add new people on Facebook. The only people I add is from host to post. So when people comment on my host to post and you go add them before you message, that's really the only way that I'm adding to my network. Should I be adding on Facebook? Yes. I don't know why that hasn't tapped into my head yet as one of my daily 6 lists, but it hasn't. My mind is always elsewhere. So I might add an extra 50 a month, just like clicking and adding, but like that's not ever a priority for me. So yeah. Messaging, I do not cold message on Facebook. I think Facebook is just the people there a little bit just not open to it for me. I don't know. Instagram is just like a whole different world. And so I do it over there. But for Facebook, I do host to post. Are y'all doing like a giveaway? Okay. If you're not in this giveaway, get in it tonight, if that's allowed. You need to be in the giveaways that your team are doing because it is such a good opportunity to get your audience excited about something. A lot of good host to post that I've been using is like, let me know your favorite Thanksgiving dish. Let me know your favorite Christmas movie. I always say I'll message you to confirm your entry. I send them a message and I'm like, hey, to complete your entry for the $500 Christmas cash giveaway, that's what we're doing. You would just post a post on your wall. I'd give you the post and everything. It's super simple. Sound good? And they're like, sure. I'm like, great. I'm not having them tag me on host a post. I'm having them put a fun background to it. And I have just now started, y'all, it takes so much freaking time, but I type out my host a post in that message for them to copy and paste. Because surprisingly, you will not write a post the same time every single time. You switch something up. So if you're doing HSN, it'd be like, is there anyone interested in growing their hair out over the next 90 days with a like all natural biotin and keratin supplement? That would be one way I'd say it. The other one I would say would be like, is there anyone looking to have longer hair over the next 90 days using a biotin and keratin supplement? I like left some words out. And it's just because I'm retyping it every time. And Facebook is actually thinking that there's new people making these posts. And they're adding a new background. So it's a brand new post every time. And they're not tagging me. So what I do is when they post, I say, let me know when you post. I go over and I click save. And when I save it, you can make collections now in your saved messages. I don't know if you guys know this. I might just be telling because I feel I already know. But I add it to my saved collections. And then I can go back and look through all of those and make sure that I'm reaching out to those people. My best host of posts right now are HSN. Coffee has always been my favorite. I just have always seen success with coffee and HSN. My team, though, I feel like is doing really well with Thermophyte because the holidays are coming up and people are kind of gearing towards like, oh gosh, new year, new me. That's kind of where we're headed. So that's how I do customers on Facebook. I get a lot of DTs from Facebook because I'm going live all the dang time. If you're not going live, go live. I don't know why. I get like super passionate. Y'all, if you haven't already known, I talk a lot and I just get like this burst of like a topic and I'm like, I have to talk about this. And I go live and I swear I always have someone message me and they're like, oh my gosh, I needed to hear that. Like, what do you do? And that's how our conversation starts. So trying to think if I covered everything. I think that's it. I have to like.
That was good. I really like, now that you say that, I've been typing up new hosted posts too, and those ones have been. I mean, I never even registered that. I don't know why. I mean, I know we're not supposed to copy each other's, but why should we not be copying our own over and over again?
Exactly, yeah.
It seems so simple, yet nothing that's ever clicked for me. Maybe my team's like, yeah, you're an idiot, Stormy. It's already clicked for me.
I feel that all the time. I'm like, oh.
Thank you. So here's the deal. I don't really have much else written down that we are going to talk about. So I'm just going to, do you care if I open it up to questions for a bit?
Oh yeah, of course.
You guys, if y'all have questions, y'all can drop them in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask. I know Jamie has one, so I'm going to let her unmute herself first. And go first.
Sorry, shocker, I have something to say or comment on. Okay, Jordan, I don't remember exactly when it was, but maybe like a month ago, you did a post about cold messaging. And I know you talked about this. I texted Stormy whenever you started talking about this. I was like, here she goes. This is it. Like, cold messaging gets such a bad stigma. But I want you to elaborate a little bit about, because you talked about being authentic and then cold messaging and how they don't normally go together, but give your perspective on that. Cause I like that. I've always been a cold messenger and always been a mass messenger, but like just hearing it from that perspective, I was like mind blown. So it was good.
Yeah. So I feel like I should kind of share. I'm a super positive person, but if I hear one more person on the internet say like, we don't cold message, we're authentic, I'm like, let's back up a second, because what's your idea of authentic? Honesty, right? And for me, if someone said, hey, and I'm going to be real, I've done this, y'all, because I was told to do it. I've heard, make a list of people that you want on your team. Okay, go like their photos for a week. Go comment on all their stuff. Give them all the compliments and then message them. So I'm like, oh, okay, great. Like, they'll think we're friends. Like, I'll make that connection. And I'm like, ew, wait. I'm like, like, it didn't settle right with me. And to each their own. I'm just going to give my 100% personal opinion on this. I don't want to go force myself or to put it in my calendar to go like your photos. I feel like if someone said that to me, you were on my calendar and I liked your stuff for a week and then I messaged you and you joined me, like weird. Like I'd be like, oh, okay, that's kind of awkward, kind of weird. So for me personally, authentic means I saw something the minute I saw you and I just asked. I don't want someone to come up to me in a grocery store and be like, oh my gosh, I love your shoes. Where did you get those? Oh, I got them at Nordstrom. I love them so much. Oh, that's so great. They look so good on you. Oh, by the way, have you heard of this? And I'm like, you didn't care about my shoes. You just wanted to talk to me. I would rather someone say, hey, I know you don't know me. I just started a new business and I'm just looking for anyone that might be needing, a little extra income. Can I just give you some more info? I know you're busy. I can just hand you my card or, I prefer that. I would prefer to someone just come up and be straight up with me. Hi, I know you don't know me. I'm offering you my business because I think it's the shit. The bomb.com. Then someone to like, oh, your kid is so cute for 5 weeks straight. And then message me. And that's just me. Like, that's just how I saw it. And whenever I had team coming up to me saying like, they don't cold message. I'm like, what do they do? Y'all, we all message. Whether you're asking about your business or complimenting on their kids, you're messaging them. It is a cold message. You don't know those people. Like, it is a cold message if it's a complete stranger, whether it's asking them to try a product or have more info or telling them that you loved whatever they were wearing that day. It's still a cold message. And so for me personally, I would rather get to the point and have them say no and then gain a relationship after that, because now they're following me. And now every compliment I give them is honest. I've already offered the business. I've already kind of let them know what I do. And now when I compliment them, it's genuine. They already told me no. I'm like, that's fine, but I still like your shoes. It's way different. It's just a different perspective for me. And so if you are struggling with cold messaging, don't get me wrong. I have people straight up tell me, like, you don't even know me. And I'm like, yeah, you're totally right. I don't. But I love this business and I'm super passionate about it. And I don't let that barrier stop me from sharing the amazing opportunity and what this business has done for me. It's selfish of me to not share it. And so when I go into messaging like that, same with the products. These products changed me inside and out. So I'm not going to be scared of that negative feedback because I know I'm on a mission to help more people. So, and I don't know if you guys are like big believers, but you know how many people didn't love Jesus, and he was the biggest lover and he still did his missions and his work for the people, no matter if they were envious, angry, judged him, mocked him. He had a mission and he did it every day. And not to compare myself to Jesus because I'm nowhere close, but I just remember that even the most amazing human, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Even the most amazing human being in our history was hated. Like, it blows my mind, right? And so I just have to remember that it doesn't matter what I do, whether I'm doing the whole commenting before I message them, or if I'm cold messaging, someone's going to have a problem with it. And you just got to go back to your roots and ask yourself what you feel good about. And that's what you need to do. But yeah. Hopefully that helped.
No, that was perfect. It's funny that you say all this because I've been keeping this, like, I've been having my whole system. And I've been making sure I was there for a few weeks. I was making sure I was interacting.
Interacting is good.
But like going to people,
okay.
it was an exhausting system. And I was trying to keep up with it. And the last couple of days, I was like, you got to stop. Like, you got to stop. Just send. These people don't know that you interacted with them 3 weeks ago or 3 hours ago. Like, they're not paying attention to you. They don't know you, Stormy. And so the last couple of times I've messaged, I just grabbed my list of people who'd been watching us, and it was so freeing. Yeah. And nobody was mean to me. Not one person. I mean, not everybody answered.
And can I be real with you guys really quick? Whoever what's the word I'm looking for? Prospect will end up being on your team, and you're going to have to teach them the same methods. Are you going to feel good about training your distributors to go compliment all these people to get them to join you when you did that to them? They're going to be like, what? Like, did you actually comp? Like, because people think, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Yeah, like we just made a few connections on Instagram and then I saw your stuff and then I joined. But if it was, that was authentic for them. But when you have that other kind of, and like you already knew what you were doing, it just changes that relationship. And so I would rather have someone be like, yeah, she hopped in my inbox, told her no, because like, nope, not for me. Ended up watching her. We still connected through social media because she was really nice and stayed my friend. And, you know, I really loved her post, just didn't think it was me. And then I joined because then I can go teach her to do the same thing, or him the same. I have a guy on my DT or team, so I'm trying to like say him too. But yeah, it's like I want to do what I'm going to teach my team to do, because I don't want to have like this awkward conversation like, oh yeah, go find some people and make some comments on their stuff and interact with them and keep them on a list, and then you're going to message them because they're like, oh great, that's what you did to me. Cool. You know, so that's just how I see it. And like I said, do it makes you feel good. And that's really where these thoughts came to me, is because I didn't feel good about that. And I did it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that I heard that and was like, absolutely not. Like I did it. And that's when I was like, oh, this is not for me. So, okay. So I'll read this for the recording. It says, because Instagram is a different game, how soon do you unfollow someone? I feel like unfollowing is really a gut instinct. It's really weird. So for me, if you guys go to your Instagram, you can click on followers, I think. I get them confused which one's on the right side. Following. If you click following and you change it to earliest, it is going to put the person that has followed you the longest, your earliest follower, at the top, the first person you ever followed on the top of your list. So I start there. I'm going to click on their name and I'm going to hop over into their inbox. If I've messaged them before and they are interested in the products, I keep them. If I messaged them before, they were interested in the products, let's say I've messaged them like over 12 times and they've opened every single one of them, I'm going to be real. I'm just going to delete. Like if it's been over a year and you're still opening my messages, I'm going to just kind of let it go. If I sent, hey, I have a question, and they opened it and didn't respond, the way I do it, I wait till my next messaging spree to unfollow. And the reason why is because I have had a few people, the minute they open it and don't say anything, they end up responding. And then they go to my profile and like they can tell that I unfollowed them. They're like, oh, you unfollowed me? And it does. It's kind of rude. So I'm like, okay, you know, I need to stall that out a little bit. So I do wait at least 1 or 2 days after that initial hey question to unfollow. Same thing if they say sure, and then I say, I just want to know if you try a product for me kind of thing. I wait 1 to 3 days after that message has been just sitting there as well. Now, if I feel like there's just something about this person that I genuinely love to follow, I'm going to keep them because I like seeing positivity on my feed. And so I do keep that on my feed. So it's really just like kind of a preference. I'm also like, not like I'm kind of close to my limit, but I still have like probably 1,500 more room for more followers. So I'm not really that picky. Now, if you're getting close to that 7,800 or 7,500 mark for followers, because you can only have so many, or following, like then you want to get a little bit more picky about who you're following. But other than that, I just kind of go that route, and I just start at the top of my list and I just go through it every day. And then when I get to the people who I haven't messaged before, that's when I start messaging again. So it's really just kind of like a system where I'm like, click, look at their messages. Worthy of keeping? No, unfollow. If they're super negative, weird, no profile pic, all that, obviously it doesn't matter if they're interested or not. Honestly, for me, I just unfollow because I'm like, I don't even want to see this on my feed. But that's just me. So
what do you, so like you said that you will message people a couple of times even if they haven't responded?
Oh yeah. So I'm a little crazy. Like I said, I don't know. Cold messaging does not scare me, like at all. I just don't care, because the worst thing someone's going to do is get really mad at me. And I'm going to be like, bye, have a really good day. I'm so sorry. But I say, hey, question, and let's say they opened it and like didn't respond. Like I had a girl that I messaged in April, and I guess I just never unfollowed. And I said, hey, I have a question. And she read it and didn't say anything. So I unsent it and resent it again. And she said, sure, what's up? She answered this time. So like, it is what it is. And she said she was interested in HSN. So I was like, cool. You know, and she had no idea that I actually messaged her in April. I do the same thing. Like I came across some messages where I guess I just sucked at following up. And I sent the product list and they didn't say anything. And I sent that in like May. And I like found a group of them. And so I literally just sent another message and I was like, hey, I know it's literally been like 5 or 6 months. But were you interested in any of these? I wanted to make sure. Like, I don't know. I just keep doing it. And if they still don't, I say like, hey, you said you were interested in being one of my product testers. I want to make sure not to count you out. Did any of those interest you? They don't answer again. Hey, totally don't mean to bother you. But you still haven't responded. And I definitely don't give up on my product testers. Did any of these interest you? Like, I'm very thorough. I'm not going to give up until they tell me, please stop, or block me, because I have no reason to. I find it fun for me, but I just keep following up over and over and over again. So my follow-up system.
Follow-ups. That makes sense. I didn't know if you meant like when you said 12 messages, if you just.
No, like if I say, hey, I have a question and they open it and say, I'm not going to say, hey, I had a question. Hey, I have a question. Like, I won't do that. But like, if it's been a while, like I'll resend it. Send the GIF that's like tapping, like answer my question.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I have tons of people who just open it, don't say anything, and I move on. But like when they say sure, and I offer them the product tester, if they open that and don't say anything, I don't push that either. It's after I send the products that I'm really kind of pushy.
After y'all gotten that point. That's a follow-up at that point. That makes sense to me.
But I do message people twice. Like, let's say I come across someone and I offered them the business through a voice memo a few weeks ago. I'll unsend it and just say, hey, I have a question. I swear, people don't remember. Like, I do it all the time. So you could do it that route too, because I do it and it works. But if I've offered them the business, like the product tester, I come across it and they never responded to product tester. I'm like, hey, I know I offered you products, but something told me just to message you and see if this business was something you might need. Like, are you looking for a side income? If not, totally fine. They're either going to ignore you or say no. So it's a no either way. You might as well ask. So that's kind of how I do my messaging. And that also helps me never run out of people, because I'm still kind of even messaging people I've still messaged before. And so that helps too.
Right. Do you have, I know you said you message all day. Do you have a number you shoot for? Or you just like to get, I know.
Well, lately, Instagram has been not my best friend. So I have a girl on my team, Hannah Reeves. She's freaking a bomb, y'all. She inspires me. She like out enrolls me. She's amazing. But we got kind of too hype in the beginning of the month. And I was like, going presidential, all this stuff. I was like freaking hype. And I was like, I'm going to send 50 DT voice memos and 50 loyal customer messages and 10 host to post. And I did that on day one and immediately got blocked. So don't get cray and have Instagram hate you. So I got blocked, and I've been blocked like every 5 to 8 messages, every 10 minutes. I get the action block, action block, action block. So for me, I send 5 messages in between adding people, interacting with people, and following up with people throughout my day. I have to just like, I wish I could go back and be like, oh, I just did 25, but I can't do that right now. So with me being full-time doing this, it's been such a blessing, because I literally can just message all day. I work this business literally 24/7. Probably not healthy, but y'all, I have no kids. I have nothing to focus on, and I love this business. So I have the blessings to do that. But I don't have a set number. I just keep messaging continuously.
You don't get hype.
No. I will say though, I've started to push chat with my team, and it's really helped. If you guys are not getting a minimum of 5 people a day, like, you truly cannot feel successful in your business if you're not talking to people. And it's super easy to be like, well, I sent out 500 hey questions, but if only 3 people responded, sorry, Sally, you got to go send some more. You got to find something to get people to talk to you. Because if that's not working for you, you need to switch something. There's some girls on my team that hey question does not work. They have to go do host to post, and that's fine too. But you have to figure out what's working for you. And so what I've been doing with my team is that like I have this calendar, and basically this is my 6 list. And I like mark it off every day, but I just make sure I have a minimum of 5 people every single day. It keeps me not as stressed because I know that I'm talking to people every day. It gives me people to follow up with every day. That makes my calendar more full when it comes to like getting dates and getting them, scheduled in to buy. And a minimum of 5 is $150 per month. Y'all want to know why I enroll? It's because I'm like, I actually normally double that. I normally try to get 10. And so that's normally 300 people a month. Like, why can't I enroll 10 customers and 5 to 10 DTs with that many people? Like, those numbers are a lot better. If you have 300 potentials, why can't you sign your step success? If you're not signing your step success, you're just not talking to enough people. And that's what I've said since day one. It's all about I'll take that back. Talking to people and being disciplined enough to talk to them again and again and again, because it's in the follow-up for sure. But make sure you have that minimum because it helps so much. Get organized, write them down. That's the worst part is writing it down. But I made a commitment in October, and I said, you will not be lazy anymore. Like, you want this business to pay you the big bucks, but you aren't acting like you're worth the big bucks. So sit your butt down and do what you need to be doing. And it was writing down my potentials. So find what that is in your business and make that commitment to yourself because you are worth it and your business is worth it. So that's helped me.
That was good. That was kind of like what Kelsey said on that Zoom with Alyssa last night. Okay, guys, do you guys have any other questions? If not, it's been right at an hour. So yeah, if you're not writing it down, then your follow-ups aren't happening. And what's takes what, 5 to 7 follow-ups. 80% of sales are made on 5 to 7 follow-ups.
Yep. And also Stormy, you've been in this business a long time too. Can you imagine having to remember everyone you talked to for your whole business?
Gosh, no.
I can't even remember the people I talked to yesterday.
I'm like, I can't remember what I ate yesterday.
Exactly. When people say, I have 3 no, you should never just have 3 potentials. I don't care if it's day 1. We got to get that number up. You guys want to make big bucks. You have to talk to people. You should have so many potentials that you can't even remember. That's how a business is made. Do you think Nike knows how many orders to a T that they did today? No, they just know it's a freaking a lot, because they're a massive growing company and that's how it should be. And that's what you want for your business, is it to be so busy that you don't even know how many potentials you have, but you still have to be organized and have a report or something you can go to keep up with that so that you are successful.
Yep.
Jordan, really, really quick. Sorry, this is Jennifer. Right before you leave, I wanted to ask this earlier, and I really want your perspective on this because you are young to me. You're 10 years younger than I am. So
Girl, you look younger than me. You're looking good.
I have a lot of young girls recently that have joined my team about your age, anywhere between 22 to 26, even 27. And so what is that roadblock about 3 years ago where you hit a lot of people my age don't have the money? Who are you targeting in that age group? Is it any different than what I'm you know what I mean? So how are you overcoming that with your girls?
Honestly, okay. How's the best way to say this? I'm really yellow, but I'm also red when it comes to limitations, because y'all, if you want to make orders, you need to be selling to anyone who has money. And just because you're a college kid does not mean that you cannot go sell our skincare to a 58-year-old woman, at all. It does not make you unqualified. It does not that you know more than they do about our products already, because you have the website, you have the ingredients, they don't. So you already are more qualified than them to give them this information. And so for me, it wasn't that I was targeting that, but I went into every conversation that their goal was so important that they would find a way for the money. And if they don't have the money, maybe I do need to start off with one product. And if they're that broke, then I'm getting them on my team. Whether I'm using PayPal credit or telling them to sell their own dang plasma like I did. Like, go send your clothes in, join my business so that you don't ever have to be broke again. Like, that was my mentality. And so, and I still do that to this day when people are like, oh, I just don't have the money for those products. Like, sorry, girl, next time. Everyone always says next time. I'm like, are you doing something to change your current money situation? Because there won't be a next time. If you don't have $30 right now, you probably won't have $30 later on. So let's talk about that really quick. And I bring it up. I'm like, this might be me overstepping, but I feel like I have to because I was literally you. Like, I remember having to say no to getting my toes done for $25 because I didn't have it, you know? And I'm like, that's insane. Something as small as that. And so for me, stop thinking that people don't have the money. They do. Most people aren't living with less than $20 in their bank account. Some are, because that's just, some people do live that way, but most just don't feel as if they're worth it enough to spend that money on themselves. And so it really comes down to just helping them see the worth in the money. And my tip for that is don't tell them the money until the very end. Ask them questions. I used to ask 100 questions before I even gave the price because I wanted them to see that they're worth it, that they deserve to spend this money on themselves to feel more confident. And so I would ask them, like, if it's weight loss, like, I would ask them, how much weight do they want to lose? What are you most uncomfortable about yourself? Is it, you know, do you find yourself eating out a lot? Are you actually really good at cooking your meals? And I always add personal touches. It wasn't me to like be like a nutritionist or anything. So I'm not. I wouldn't act like I know everything. But I'm like, let's talk about this. I don't cook. I hate to cook. So if I don't have food, what do? I go get fast food. So I talked about it with them. And then when it came to price, something that always helps me, I give them the price. And I say, does this work for you? If not, let's talk about options. And when I say that, there's just like this, it makes them a little bit more comfortable telling me that it's not if it's not. And that also helps. So take away that limiting belief for anyone that is listening. If you feel like college kids don't have enough money, yeah, they do. College kids can still get a job. College kids are still adults, and college kids should still not want to have less than $50 in their bank account and offer them the dang business if that's their case. Don't put an age to your potential. Talk to them as if they're the richest person in the world because you're offering products they need. So I would go that route, and hopefully that helps. There is really anything specific to do, but that's just kind of what I did.
Love it. Thank you so much. This was so good. I appreciate it. I have like 3 pages of notes, and I'm probably going to watch it again.
I'm so glad you had me on. I love Zooms. They're fun. I love meeting new people too. So it was nice to talk with you guys.
Well, we really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye, Jordan.